and what starts it, because the water slows down dramatically there. And there's several cuts through all that. Most everyone is using, if they learn, further upstream from that. If you get there and the water is not super high and you don't know where you're going, I would always advise you to get out on river left, although it's a really steep bank, and to drag your boat down that jeep trail till you get to the very end of that jeep trail, which is just past that loop in the river, and put back in. If you do that, your odds of getting lost are a lot less than if you get back in that spaghetti bowl of cuts.
And the gator trace goes through there?
What's that?
Does the gator trace go through there?
It goes, that's the race course. I mean, how you get through all of that is still up to you. We don't mark it off or anything. I will tell you this, if I could go back in time, I would outlaw the use of GPS in this race. Because there's nothing that pisses me off more than for some fool to take their GPS track and to post it online for everybody to see how to get through here. And it's like you just gave away your competitive advantage. What is wrong with you? I mean, it's like, and so don't do that. I mean, or change your name so I don't know who you are. You know, it's so dumb to give away your advantage. You know, I'll pick on Holly for a minute. You know, she and Melissa James raced together, was that 3 years ago? And their boat name was Victoria's Secret, which I thought was very clever on several levels. But the fact is, they knew where all the stuff was through there, and they weren't dumb enough to let all of you know where it was. I mean, you need to learn this stuff for yourself. I mean, this is an adventure race. It is not, you know, I mean, if you wanted to just go fast, we could put a bunch of lanes up and let everybody go. Don't give away your advantages. Don't post that stuff online. And while you're looking online, well, I get on my online kick now. I'm just about the right spot to do, you know. When somebody's giving advice on one of these freaking Instagram things or Facebooks or whatever, pay attention to who's giving that advice. There is nothing like someone who's failed to finish this race 6 times putting out there how you should do this race. I mean, they don't know what the hell they're doing, obviously. I mean, pay attention to who's, you know, ask if they don't tell you, well, how did you do in the race? Oh, I successfully made it to Staples 6 times. Well, that's cool. Come to the junior safari. You know, if somebody's never finished this race in, you know, under 60 hours or unless they've done it like 8 times, you know, they're one of those folks that, you know, makes an adventure, you know, or they've won a class or they've finished in the top 15. I mean, pay attention to who you're taking advice from. I mean, there's nobody that'll be up here or out there today who doesn't have a pretty solid safari finish. Anyway, that's enough before I use some words that Patty has to edit out about what I think about online stuff. So just, you know, ask the questions of who's answering your question. Kristen's getting hungry. So, saltwater barrier. This was a checkpoint for a long time, and it is more than likely one of those places that will be a mandatory portage because of the way they've redone it. That'll be a game time decision. Normally the portage is on river right to where those folks are standing. Gonna go through there, and get in is sucky, but it's not the end of the world. There are more mosquitoes at this place, and they're larger than F-18s. And you can feel them, especially if you're there at night. I mean, it's just like, you hear them coming, and then, you know what the guys in downtown Baghdad felt like when the Air Force showed up. Wooden bridge is with all type only 35. This will be updated. Actually, it's probably in the driving guide. It'll just be updated as to being the checkpoint. If you've gone to Calhoun's and paid your fees and done your thing there, that's all cool. But the checkpoint will be down River Road, and it is, you know, one of those places. It's not near the adventure to get to that it used to be. It's all paved all the way down there, and you don't need. I mean, you could probably drive your Subaru down there or something if you wanted to. I guess those are supposed to be off-road. Your Toyota Camry would make it down that road with no problem. And it's a pretty nice place, just like everywhere on the coast. It's pretty mosquito-y. And be careful, I tell you, make sure I tell you. We call it the Wooden Bridge Checkpoint because there's no other real thing. It's about 100 yards downstream. The checkpoint is of the wooden bridge, which is now concrete, you know, so. It was like made out of old railroad ties and stuff. Now this is interesting picture. This is at Wooden Bridge at the checkpoint, what not to do. And I pulled this up on Google Earth so I would have an image of what's happening. And it just so happened that this image was taken on 6/10/24.
Did Sandy get with a drone? How did we do it?
That's Google Earth.
Google Earth did that.
And so what you have here is more than likely one of our top teams has gone through. There's no officials down there yet, and they're parked inside of the area that it's not supposed to be parked at. So fortunately, I didn't find it till yesterday, or I guess we could go back in time and penalize them or something. But so don't do that. The parking will be marked off there. What's that?
I don't understand.
So there's a
That's during the water safari. All those vehicles pulled inside of the fence line. We're not supposed to park inside of that fence.
So on the right, where you see the trees, that's where the house and the little covered pavilion are.
This is where the covered pavilion is.
Yeah, on that side. Then there's gate and
the
fence.
actual ramp where the
Yeah.
gate is, and these are all folks that have pulled in through the gate to park.
You can't park in there. You gotta stay out on the road.
And since that's a checkpoint, I'm sure it will be marked off much more completely this year. Holly, is that what Kevin said when you were working on it?
Yeah, so in the safari, it's gonna be like a one-way drive. Kind of imagine dropping your kids off at school and picking them up. You're gonna come through, park along the road, and go out a different route. The landowner was not happy at all with folks driving into the yard. So if ever you're there, be very mindful of that. Don't make that mistake.
And not accessible during training, correct?
No, they're okay with us using it
Really?
for training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go inside the fence.
Just
Don't
do
go
not
inside
go
the fence.
inside the
Don't
fence.
park, don't park.
Yeah, park along the road
Yeah.
and carry your boat the 200 yards down there for training.
Yeah, the fellow who used to actually own the property passed away a couple of years, and in his will, he said that we get to use this in perpetuity, so we don't want to foul that up with his kids.
My family had a question, even though we're not live streaming.
I don't want to.
Does this take out the option of trailer cut?
No.
Okay.
If for some reason we have to use trailer cut, we will probably move up to where we had the checkpoint in 2019.
If they choose to take it, though, what, they
If
can't
they choose to
take
take it, you know, you can always miss one checkpoint. No, I'm not trying to be
Okay.
facetious.
No, that's okay. It's good information, just in case. Yeah.
The trailer cut is where the river, it looks like it splits, and if you're looking on old maps, you would think, oh, there's the North Fork of the Guadalupe. Well, the North Fork of the Guadalupe doesn't exist anymore, and it's trailer, Traylor, cut. And to make a long story short, the Corps of Engineers cut it through for some reason back in the day, and now there's a big conservation movement to close it back up, because if they don't, eventually it's going to silt in the South Fork here, and all the water will be going out of trailer cut. So, Wooden Bridge to Seadrift, you're going to go out there. This is a 2010 track, so you can see where that team turned over and swam over to next to the barge canal, and then walks around here then they spent the night on a lovely romantic vacation, and then in the morning went the rest of the way to Seadrift.
Most romantic.
I thought you enjoyed that, babe. So really, this is where we talk about, I think there is somebody puts on a race down there, don't they?
What?
Is Erin putting on a race that goes across the bay?
Oh, yeah, she has done the Bay Rat race, is it?
The
Is it
Bay
on the
Rat race.
calendar?
Yes.
Yeah, Joe? The Bay Rat, yes. So if they want to, it's at least organizing with your other people.
Yeah,
In case you're
and really
nervous.
it's an organized practice.
April 25th.
April 25th. And so I would suggest that you find time in your schedule to practice the bay if you've never done it before. I have to say, since we've moved to Swan Point, that it probably would behoove all of the rest of us to practice it more. And I think I've got my arrow pointing too high. But Foster's Point on the right, the point or Mosquito Point there on the left, turn left and head over to the finish line. Seadrift, Bill Sanders Memorial Park, AKA Swan Point. It is the nicest freaking park on the coast. You want to pass those buoys. You want to stand underneath that sign. And that is the end. You will, there will be updates on that because they keep working on the park and I can't keep my pictures ahead of it. They built a new pavilion and they've put in a boat ramp. All right, now Chris has been moaning back here about a